Hey there guys, so yeah, quick post-fight review. So Naoya Inoue absolutely dominates Stephen Fulton, wins every single round and knocks him out in round 8. So yeah, this fight went pretty much as I expected it to go. In the first 3 rounds, Stephen Fulton barely did anything. It was Inoue doing all the work. He was the only one really throwing any meaningful punches at all. And I thought, oh, is this going to be another Paul Butler-esque performance from Stephen Fulton, where he just, comes to survive, doesn't come to win, just comes to go the rounds and lose a decision. But in the next few rounds, 4, 5, 6 and 7, Stephen Fulton did open up a bit more. He threw a lot more punches than he did in the first 3. But I still don't think he won any of the rounds. I still don't think he landed the better punches. I think Inoue was landing all the clean, effective punches. I thought he had the volume. I thought he was doing more damage, and yeah, I just thought he was outworking Stephen Fulton and landing the better punches. And from the start, it was evident that Stephen Fulton didn't really have a way to win this fight. I mean, the narrative we heard about this fight was that Stephen Fulton was the slick American boxer. Inoue had never fought anyone like him. Inoue was going to be schooled, and Fulton was going to come into his backyard, win the decision, and retain the titles. But from the opening round, I mean, it was evident that Inoue had the better boxing skills. I mean, he was just faster. When they exchanged jabs, his would land more frequently. And I just thought he had the better punching technique. He was faster than Stephen Fulton, and I mean, he just had the better boxing skills. I mean, Stephen Fulton really didn't show anything special in there. And I did think coming into this fight that Stephen Fulton was way too basic to beat someone like Inoue. I mean, you look at some of his previous fights, like the Figueroa fight, the Kagai fight, the Roman fight. He never really showed anything too special. He never showed that he was like a pound-for-pound level fighter or anything. And yeah, I just never thought he had enough to beat Inoue. And I thought Fulton was quite defensively limited. I mean, when they would exchange, he would always come off worse in the exchanges. Inoue would always be able to get through his guard, land his combinations. And I thought Fulton showed a pretty decent chin. I mean, Inoue was landing solid right hands, and he was landing some left hooks, and Fulton was taking them quite well for the first 7 rounds. And then obviously the finish in round 8, Inoue hit him with a big shot. Fulton sort of wobbled, and then he hit him with a left hook. He went down, and Inoue sort of went to celebrate as if the fight was over already. And Fulton managed to get up, but it was pretty clear that the fight was over from there. He just jumped on him, went for the finish, and the ref stepped in and saved Stephen Fulton. And yeah, very good performance from Inoue. I mean, I thought he showed good boxing skills. I think Inoue is very underrated by certain boxing fans. He's a lot better technically than people give him credit for. His timing, his speed, his accuracy, his boxing skills are a lot better than people think. People see him, some fans just see him as like, a pressure fighter who's got a lot of power. He's a lot more than that. And yeah, showed in this fight where he was able to outbox Fulton, who was supposed to be the American fighter who Inoue was going to have a lot of problems with. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Good performance from Inoue. Clearly he has adjusted to the weight well, and I wouldn't be surprised if he became undisputed in this division as well. I mean, Marlon Tapales is the other champion. I mean, would anyone take him over Inoue at this current moment? I wouldn't. So yeah, and to all the guys who were picking Stephen Fulton to win and saying that Inoue he wasn't good enough to deal with Fulton's slick style, and all those guys who were talking a lot of shit before the fight, yeah, your boy made you look like a clown. And that's what I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, and God bless.